Once upon a tide, in the sparkling underwater kingdom of Shishila, Queen Carolina the Calm had fallen gravely ill. She sneezed sea foam, her scales lost their shimmer, and worst of all, she could no longer conduct the daily dolphin choir. The entire kingdom panicked. The king was troubled. They had tried all potions within the sea, but none had worked. The queen was diagnosed with a rare disease called bubble blop syndrome, the BBS, which could only be cured with a potion made of spices like the turmeric, the ginger, and olive oil. All these things found only on land. This made the king even more troubled, as the queen was the ruler of the kingdom. King Triton the Great announced in his most dramatic voice, "We understand it is risky and tricky to go up there, but whosoever brings the portion from the land world shall marry my son, Prince Leo." This declaration caused chaos. Mermaids screamed, mostly in excitement. Brothers worried. Fathers panicked. This quest to save the queen was life-threatening, and every mermaid in the kingdom suddenly declared, "I love Prince Leo." For indeed, the prince was a very handsome young man, and every mermaid had wanted him. Soon words spread throughout the city, as every mermaid thought of the solution. How long could they possibly stay on land? What if something went wrong? Soon, mermaids were leaping out of the sea like fishy fireworks, each of them determined to find the magic spice potion. But there was a problem. They couldn't stay out of water for more than 5 minutes. This was a very difficult quest. One mermaid, Mira, watched carefully and tried swimming to land, keeping herself out of water. But she almost passed out as she was entangled in wet kelp. She dried out in 3 minutes and flopped her way back into sea, gasping for air. She almost lost her life, just like every other mermaid that had tried days earlier. As soon as she felt better, she swam back into sea. The queen's sickness grew worse. Her bubble blop syndrome kept her out of her duties. News spread quickly throughout the kingdom. It was a disaster. But then, some more mermaids kept trying, but as usual, they could not stay out of sea. So, they hopped back into sea. Mira had noticed something the last time she tried. She was able to stay out of water for 8 minutes. Could it be that the wet, soggy kelp had kept her for long? So, she tried again. This time, she ate lots of kelps and seaweeds and quietly made her way to land. And when she got to the surface, she ate a lot more. And just as she ate these kelps and seaweeds, she noticed her tails had disappeared. She now had human legs. She could stand. Meanwhile, back in the ocean, other mermaids had secretly followed her all the way and had seen her eat the kelps. Everyone thought Mira was strange, but they followed her pattern. But before they could eat enough kelp to keep them on land, Mira had hurriedly gotten to the spice shop. Finally, Mira found all the healing ingredients: the olive oil, the ginger, the turmeric, all of it. She mixed them all and it was ready. Mira also got a waterproof fanny pack where she secured the queen's healing potion. Mission accomplished, she said. But as she hurried back towards the sea, disaster struck. A gang of jealous mermaids ambushed her at the shore. "Give us the portion," they shouted. "We want the prince." "No," Mira declared bravely, holding the fanny pack tight. "This is for the queen," she said. The other mermaids lunged, but Mira was quick. She dove into the waves. As she was chased, she kept swimming as fast as she could, her fanny pack still with her. And as soon as she got to the castle, she was permitted to go into the queen's chambers, and she poured the portion in the queen's mouth. With a bop, a glow, and a fabulous sneeze, Queen Carolina sat up and declared, "I feel fabulous." And for the first time in a long while, she stepped out for her king and her son, the prince, to see her. The kingdom rejoiced. "Long live the queen," they said. The queen was indeed back on her feet. Prince Leo, the most handsome, turned to Mira and said, "You saved the queen. You are amazing. Will you marry me?" Just like that, Mira blinked in excitement and she said, "Yes, my prince, I will." They got married in a giant clam shell, with all the angry mermaids as the dancers. Everyone in the kingdom rejoiced and respected the new princess. And from that day forward, King Triton kept the portion just in case anyone else fell sick. King Triton, Queen Carolina, Prince Leo, and Princess Mira lived happy ever after. This story teaches us that kindness and integrity shines brightest in the face of envy and adversity, because despite Mira being attacked by jealous mermaids, she still chose to save the queen. Furthermore, it also teaches us that doing the right thing for the right reasons matters more than seeking personal gain. Just like Mira also did not go on this quest just to marry the prince like every other mermaid wanted. She did it solely to help the queen, even when others tried to stop her by putting her life in danger. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.